Good morning. It's a nice day here, and actually, whoa, I filmed this clip. I didn't say good morning, so I'm backtracking saying good morning, but here's where I am. You guys, does this look familiar? See where I'm back at? No dump cap, but I want to show you why I would believe that if somebody told me, like they did, that maybe it was the monkeys that took the cap. I'm going to show you why. Okay, does this not look like a jungle that maybe monkeys could possibly live in? Yeah. I don't know. They fooled me. And no Dustin. Not that I would want to see him again because, well, he probably wouldn't recognize me. Maybe Charlene, he'd recognize me. He'd probably be like, what? He probably was in the house and saw me. Took off into the bathroom or something. That crazy lady's back. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna get out of here. This is Blue Springs. I'm leaving soon, so I gotta catch you up on that. Anyway, this is Blue Springs National Park, I think. And it's funny, they taxed the dump, so it was $10.65 to dump. So, just so you know, I'm not gonna go see the manatees today. I'm out of here. I got too much to do, and I gotta get out of here. So, okay, here comes another car. I gotta go. Yep, back to the scene of the crime. Lots happening. I see no monkeys to be found, and I didn't lose my gas cap. But, so, you know, I say in van life, like, you really have to be able to pivot quick because things come up. I mean, well, in life they do too. But, I don't know, especially I think when you're on the road and this is all you have. So you know how I was doing that review for that e-bike and I hit a nail and got a flat tire? Well, that day there was only one bike, shop open on Sunday. And so drove there. The other ones are closed on Sundays and Mondays. You know, that must be their weekends. And so this one is open on Mondays. Also, I think they're open 7 days a week. That said, I dropped it off on Sunday. And like I said, at the end, the guy came out. He said he'd probably have it done Monday. Okay, so which is yesterday. And then he ran out and said, "Hey, where are the keys?" And for the battery. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm trying to get things done. He asked for the battery key. I didn't have it on me. This one, you don't need the key to start it. It just locks the battery in and out, so I didn't have it in. And I said, "Oh, I'll drop it by tomorrow." And he's like, "Okay." Well, he never said anything to me. So then I stopped by yesterday. I go right away in the morning to bring the key in. That guy's not there, but there's like 3 other kids working there. And I said, "Oh, I'm bringing in the key." And he goes, "Well, it's kind of a moot point," he said, "because we had to put it in storage." And he said it's $15 a day, but it's not cumulative. It's just like a one-time thing. And I said, he never told me that it was $15 to put it in storage. I think they thought I was being difficult. I didn't understand why he was trying to say why it was a moot point. I thought maybe they had to take it out when they fixed it, because the motor's in the back. So I said, "Well, listen, I'm kind of on a time crunch. I'm doing a review." And and then there was this one guy. You know how people, like, because you come in and, kind of, not that I wanted to be put first in line. I just wanted to know, like, when it's going to get done. I'm like, "Oh, I have to finish a review and stuff." And he's like, "We don't know." And I kind of felt like on purpose then. I mean, probably not, but you know how you feel, that he was going to make me wait. Anyway, they were open till 6 last night. Never heard back from them. And I stayed in town. I stayed at Walmart because I thought I wanted to be close. Because listen, the Wrinkle Ranch is like a 30-minute, if not more, drive back to where like the town is, that the bike shop is in. So yeah, they never call me, and now I figured I'd dump, and then I'm gonna call them and listen, I need to leave. I want to leave by tomorrow because I got a call and I got a 3-day photo assisting shoot starting next Monday. So I gotta skedaddle, Fraddle. I gotta get out of town. You know, I don't drive that fast in Charlene. So I'm gonna call them now and see what the ETA is on the bike. And and yeah, because I still have to finish the review. Thank God I'm almost done with it, but yeah, so that's just where I am. I'm stressed out, but it'll work out. It always does. Okay, I'll check in after I figure things out. And no monkeys to be had, okay? That's a good thing. It's a good start to the day. I still got my gas cap. Okay, I just called there, and he said, I left you a message yesterday, it's done. I never got a message. So I am headed there right now, and then headed to finish the review. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got the bike. And guess what? It's gonna be my passenger all the way back to Minnesota too. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I got it outside, and actually the battery is dead, so I had to plug that in. Thank God I have some charge in my power pack. And oh, I was folding it. I was taking things out of the front seat and putting them back there, and this nice young guy, and there was a guy next to me too, came out and said, can I help you with that? And I'd already had it folded. And I said, yeah, sure. I'm like, well, I'm just so used to doing things by myself. And, you know, that's nothing new to me, being a single mom. Sorry, I got a frog. Being a single mom since my daughter was 1, you know, you just do it. You don't even know how you're going to do it, but you just know you're going to do it. And, yeah, I heard something on TikTok a while ago, and it rolls through my mind a lot. And it was that hyper independence is usually born out of trauma. And I believe that. And where you feel like you just can't even rely on people, or you stop relying or trusting people because a lot of them don't follow through. And so you're just like, you know what, I got this. Like, at least I know I'll follow through and get the job done. So now it's waiting for the battery to charge. I'm gonna make some lunch, and then I'm at a park right now, so I'm gonna do some shots. I'm gonna finish editing it, and then I'm gonna send it off, and then hopefully that part will be done. And somebody asked me that they said that they were second guessing because I don't know if I talked about this. They're like, oh, because when I went off the anxiety medication, they're like, oh no, does van life cause anxiety? And you know, thinking that that's why I went on it. Well, I had anxiety long before van life. But I will tell you that I would say it's not for the faint of heart. And here's the thing, I think too, it's different for me. Like, you know, with Keith and John, they're not working, they're retired, they get a check or an income every month. I don't have that. I have to get money somehow. And so, you know, and that's why when the photographer I work with reach out, and he's like, Tracy, when will you be back? And I said, oh, by next week. And then he's like, oh, I have these dates for photo assisting. And he goes, you know, do you want any of them? I'm like, yeah, I'll take all of them. Because I need to make money. And so, so I think that that's what causes anxiety. Again, and especially as a solo female, you're always on high alert. It doesn't matter what time of the day. It doesn't matter where you are. You're always on high alert. And so I think sometimes that You know, and like with this, dealing with this by myself, again, I do it, I don't even give it a second thought. It's just something, you know, it's just annoying because it's just more work. It seems like everything is more work, you know. I mean, when, you know, the van, something happens with the van, well, it's your house. It's more work. Where am I going to stay? What am I going to do? How am I going to get the van towed to wherever it needs to be? So yeah, so like I said, if you're in my situation where you still have to work to make money, I'm 58. I can't retire. I don't see myself retiring. That puts a lot more pressure on you. But you know, if you're retired, and not saying you have a lot of money, but you have income coming in without, you know, say without having to work for it. You've already worked for it. You deserve it. You deserve more. But you know what I'm saying, that you have a steady income stream coming in. And then, you know how I was going to use that agency? Well, when I did it, and believe me, I sat there and thought for a long time, because I am very protective of my money. I don't gamble. I'm very frugal. And you have to sign your AdSense over to them, because then they pay you. Like, they take the 15% out, and then they pay you. Which, I mean, I guess I get it, but I don't. Like, I could just pay them the 15% AdSense, and if I didn't, then, you know, they could come after me or drop me or whatever. But, so now that's all tied up. I get it back in 30 days, which is another, like, couple weeks. But in the interim, I don't get paid on the 21st. You know, you get paid once a month from YouTube, and I don't get paid that day now. Because of this. So I have to like wait till it gets back. I think I don't get paid till like the 29th from these people. But then hopefully the next one, hopefully it'll be back to normal. So that's on me. My bad. But lesson learned. And I'm sure they would have helped me. I'm sure they would have helped me grow and whatever. But I don't want to. I don't know what YouTube is for me. Do you know what I mean? I want it to stay fun. I don't want it to be a business. And so, you know, that's a conflict I have within myself that, you know, at some point I figure out. But when I have all these other jobs and I have money coming in and I'm fine, like I'm going back to Walgreens. So, you know, once I get back home, I have all these things there, and I'll probably start doing more makeup, and I have other things in my head. So, you know, once I'm there and more settled and I'm around a good support system, then I'll be able to delve more into that. But I kind of just wanted to talk about that because, you know, like I said, it's pivot and turn when you're living like I live. You know, like I said, especially for a solo female traveler. Not that males don't run into it, but again, it just, you're hyper aware, you know. And for me, like, I'll just pick this up and put it in. Like, I'm going to have to take it out because I have to do the more videotaping. And then I'll have to fold it up and get it back in myself. So, but I'll do it because that's just what you do. You just do it. Okay, enough babbling. I think I'm procrastinating. I'm going to go eat first. Okay, I'll check in and see you soon. So I'm making lunch, and I bought some eggs and hard boiled them. And then when I make my egg salad, I mix it with hummus instead of mayonnaise. And then I'm going to have some strawberries. But yeah, I'm still cooking in the van. So there you go. Okay, well, I finished the bike video. I'm uploading it now. So I wish sometimes that, I mean, I'm already filming, but that you could be a fly on the wall and see me trying to do some of this stuff. So I had to take it out, put the battery in, and then I have to like get dressed for it. I always wear the same thing when I do my videos. Just for continuity, I don't know. Anyway, and then I had to, you know, set up, do the filming, and then right away I just went in the back and uploaded it. I already had most of it done, and and edited all of it. And so, yeah, and then I had to put it in here myself again. And it's hot outside. So I am now at the gym. I decided it's still early in the afternoon. I'm gonna take a shower and then I'm actually gonna get on the road. And yeah, so see, I got oil on me. Anyway, and something's been heavy on my heart, so I wanted to talk about it quick. So, you know, it's funny, when I get home, I really need to focus on my mental health and my physical health, because I'm actually, yeah, I'm a pretty upbeat person. It's just natural. But I've even had to give myself time out recently, like get in the van or just go drive into town or something. I don't know if it's part of, you know, getting off the medication and stuff. I'm sure not being on it gives me more of my feels, you know, of not being on Lexapro. And so, when I get home, I'm going to be deeper in the weeds than I even have been. Can't share things now, but I will when I can. So I really have to just, you know, focus on taking care of myself. So I just want to say that sometimes when people hurt you, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you that I have been, you know how when you trust somebody with your heart or, you know, your secrets or yourself, that sometimes they take those. I have so many people walking by. Hold on. Okay. Coast is clear. That every time you get a little more gun shy. So, you know, when you trust somebody and then they hurt you, then you like retreat. And I've talked about it before, I think in my black screens, my only audio, is that you know, my relationships in the past haven't been good, but you know, it always starts out good. It always starts like the honeymoon phase, and somebody can only pretend who they are for so long. And you know, I've been verbally abused. I told you my first husband, I've only been married once, but before, and what's funny is we're still friends now after all these years. He apologized. He's remarried with the kid. He even reached out to me recently to tell me to be careful about something. We're Facebook friends, not like we talk all the time, but you know, he was nice to me until we got married, and then somehow we would just be having a fight and he would call me the C word. Yes, the C word, you know what it is. And just in a normal fight. And finally, after the second time, I said, you know what? You say that to me one more time. I said, and I'm leaving. And guess what? He said it to me one more time, and I left. And then other ones were like just verbally abusive. Jesse's dad, again, just, I don't know, a normal fight. He made something up to be mad at me, and he would say the meanest thing that he could, like, to get to you. And one time he told me he didn't love me and he wished I weren't the mother of his child. Yeah, how do you come back from that? And I've been physically abused in 2 past relationships, and thank God I left like right after the first time. And I know for a lot of women, it's not that easy to leave. I didn't have kids. I was single back then. I was in my 20s. And then growing up, you know, yeah, I was sexually harassed by 3 different partners at 3 different law firms. And what's funny is I would cover up for them. Like, you know, when I would go for a next job, because they want to know, like, why did you leave the last job? And here's the thing, what's funny is, like, I took that on because if I said that it happened, then they would think, oh, she's trouble, or oh, you know, who knows what they think. But you know that it would reflect on me, not on them. And listen, they make all the money. One of them made like $750 an hour because he was a high profile attorney. And it's not like I didn't tell people, you know, at the firms, but somehow they turned it back on me. And so, you know, and then when it's your own family who betrayed you and hurt you, you know, and I don't know why it's always an animal, but I think about it like a turtle, you know, like you have this hard shell and then you stick your head out a little bit to see if it's safe, you know, and then all of a sudden, okay, one arm, two arms, a leg, another leg, it's like, okay, and your head's out, you're like, okay, I feel safe, okay? And then something happens, like I said, people can make you feel safe for a while, and it can just like hit you upside the back of the head because you never would have expected it. And, you know, somebody said on TikTok, I always reference TikTok, I don't know why, but she said, you know, in the story of, is not Sleeping Beauty, who's the one with the shoe? You know, I'm brain dead today. That you never think of yourself as the evil stepmother. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're watching a show, you're always like thinking you're the heroine. We're the heroines in our own life. We always think that, you know, that's not me, that's me. And I guess it, you know, and here's the thing, as far as like dating and stuff goes, even like men and women, but you have to really trust somebody and have that not betrayed, and then have great communication for a relationship to be a true partnership. When I was in relationships, you know, it was pretty much me doing all the heavy lifting, and then when I'd want to talk about something, they'd be like, no, 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 and then, you know, it would pacify for a while, and then it would happen again. And, you know, there's only so many times that you can do that and go back, and then you keep building this wall over your heart. And it gets to the point where the minute that you like hear something, which is a good and bad thing, that it's like, oh, nope, nope, been here before, not letting you in. And, you know, and that's on me. So that's part of my problem too. You know, how do you trust people when so many people have like started out nice and then betrayed you or hurt you so bad, and when you didn't do anything that warranted, you know, that. And I tell you what, there are a lot of narcissists out there. They're covert narcissists. There's people who you wouldn't even know because it's really manipulative. They are, until they, you know, kind of get you, and then it's harder to get out, especially if you have kids and stuff like that. And so you know, I am and YouTube has really, and I think that sometimes like when people say mean things, I know, even though I don't know them, I'm tired of people not being called out for their shit, you know. I'll tell you, so a bike company reached out to me last week. Really nice bike. It was a mountainy bike, and it was worth like $1,800. And you know, they're standard. They write an email and say, okay, we want a dedicated video, we want some pictures, you know, normal, okay. And then they said, and then we want you to do a 5-star review on Amazon, and you know, maybe make 1 to 2 comments, and then pictures would be great too. And I wrote them back. I'm like, yep, can do the video, yep, can do the pictures. Me writing, you telling me to write a 5-star comment, unethical. And they didn't write me back. And with the thing of going back to the law firm thing, you know, once I started contracting, so I was working for myself then, you know, I'd just contract. If I didn't like who I worked with, I would be like, I don't want to work with them. And either they move me somewhere else, and listen, I can say I'm a really good worker. I tried to quit a law firm twice, and they're like, Tracy, just take some time off and come back, you know. Finally, the 3rd time I really quit, but I am a good worker. And so once I was contracting and I didn't fear like my job, I told the HR person, I'm like, listen, they're like, why did you leave this place? I said, because I was sexually harassed by 3 different partners at 3 different law firms. And when I said it with confidence, then they took it like as, yeah, and she ain't gonna put up with shit here if somebody does that. And I would hope they wouldn't expect that, but listen, a lot of them know the ones that are doing it, and they have to protect them because they're the money makers. And that's just how this world works, and that's why I work for myself, and that's why even with the media thing, so it's not just in personal relationships, it's in professional ones too. Like, I am gun shy, and I don't want to, like I said, I was gonna have this media thing and all sounded good, but I don't want anybody else in control of anything, especially my money, but let alone telling me what I can and can't do. And I think that comes with age. At 58, I'm finally, and yeah, I try and instill that in Jessie. I try and talk her through things when she calls me with stuff. And so, you know, here's the thing. I wish that for you, but then I hope you aren't so, your heart isn't so hardened by so many things that you've been through, like I've had to go through. So, all right. I am going to, so it's tense, I'm going to get home, and I talked about this before, now that I'm off of it, you know, I don't have anxiety really, and actually I can't get wait to get on the road. I, like, when people would say, oh, driving is, you know, makes me calm or whatever, I'd be like, what? No, driving is stressful. And I tell you what, now driving is calm for me. I cannot wait to be sitting here and just listening to podcasts and just driving. So I'm looking forward to that. So, okay, I'm going to go take a shower, and then I'm going to get on the road. It's a nice thing about having a Class B. You don't really have to pack anything up because it's all with you. So, okay, I'm going to let you go here. You go out and make an adventure, no matter how big or how small. You do not have to sell everything and move into a van, because it can be hard. It can be hard. But I think I've learned to be pretty resilient, and that's what anything I've been through has taught me. And I really like who I am. I hope that doesn't sound egotistical. And all you keep me going. I never thought YouTube, you know, some of you guys say I inspire you. You guys and your kind comments and saying that keep me moving forward with more confidence. So go call someone you love, and as Joy says, tell them that you love them. And don't you dare forget your magic. And I have more people who I need to call out at the magic mirror, but that'll be in the next video. Okay? Okay. I will see you in the next one. Bye.